It's semifinal week as teams from around the state battle it out for #1 bragging rights, while others have already started their holiday celebrations as the fall sports season heads down the home stretch. Don't touch that dial. It's all straight ahead on the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show.
The Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show. He's going down the right sideline. He's on right side.
Today's show is brought to you by the Baltimore area Toyota dealers, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, Geico, and Papa John's.
Hi, and welcome to the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show. I'm Jerry Bembry, sports writer with the Sun. We'll start today's show with football. Back in August, Eastern Tech and CM Wright met during a preseason scrimmage. On Friday, the two schools met again with just a little bit more at stake, a trip to the Class 3A state finals. Which team advanced? Let's take a look at the action.
Fifth-ranked CM Wright going head-to-head with #2 Eastern Tech in the Class 3A semifinal. This was played over at Kenwood High School on Friday night, and this was a wild one. CM Wright starts it off first. Grant Burrow with a pump fake, and he finds Derek Autry, who makes a lunging grab. Just like that, it was 12-6 CM Wright at the half. And the Mustangs added their lead in the third. Again, it's Burrow to Derek Autry. This time they hook up on the timing pattern. Another great catch by Autry for his third TD of the night. It was 18-6. But Eastern Tech would rattle off 21 unanswered points to take control. Scott Pierce hits Anthony Lawson on the slant-in pass from 24 yards out. We got ourselves a ball game, folks. The Mavericks would seal the deal on this play right here. Their defense was getting it done. They pressure Grant Burrow, and he throws it off balance. Drum Owen says, "I'll take that," and that he does. Down the sidelines, untouched from 31 yards out. Eastern Tech continues to amaze. They defeat CM Wright 34-25. The Mavericks are headed to their first ever state championship game, while CM Wright's season ends at 10-2.
Now here's the Geico Direct Scoreboard with state semifinal results from around the area.
Friday night over at UMBC, the 6th-ranked Chesapeake AA boys looking for their first ever state title as they were going up against Churchill of Montgomery County. Churchill came into this game as the Washington area's #1 team. This was a defensive struggle as both keepers made fantastic saves. First, it's Chesapeake's Howie Otto strutting his stuff. Churchill has a free kick just outside the box. Nino Marcantonio blasted by the wall, but Otto deflects it over the crossbar, avoiding potential disaster. Bulldog goalie Corey Wright also had his share of nice highlights. The Cougars have a fast break. That's Mike McIntyre ahead of the pack. He tries to put it on the net, but Wright sticks out his foot to keep this one scoreless. Chesapeake would get the game's only score right here. The goal kick is sent the length of the field. Dustin Abbey feeds it nicely for Mike McIntyre, and this time he doesn't miss, putting it by Wright for the decisive goal. And that's your ball game as Chesapeake shuts out a high-powered Churchill attack, and the Cougars win it 1-0 to capture the 4A state championship. It's their first ever state title in boys soccer. Congratulations goes out to Chesapeake of Anne Arundel County.
The 1A state finals took place at North County High School on Saturday, featuring Washington County's Wildcats of Williamsport against the #4 Lady Bears of Hammond. Folks, it was all Hammond in this one. Midfielder Monica Sirianni sees an opening, and forward Katie Fink seizes the opportunity for a breakaway shot on goal to put the Bears on the board early and get the fans heated up on this brisk autumn day. And Hammond continued its roll as Katie Fink makes a beautiful feed in front of the net for Michelle Jenkins to fire past the outstretched hands of Wildcat keeper Nicole Leisinger, as Hammond shows why they had 16 wins on the season and ups the ante 2-0. Play continues in front of the goal as freshman midfielder Melissa Workman takes control and fires it in for goal #3, her 5th goal in 5 games, which has helped lead the Bears' charge to the title. Melissa again gets in on the action with this excuse me goal, which hits the post and dribbles into the net for a commanding 4-0 lead. Hammond would continue the onslaught as Michelle Jenkins crosses the ball over to Martha Bielfeld to put this one out of reach. Hammond would go to the goal one more time for icing on the cake as Margaret Tilley puts Hammond in the record books with a dominating 6-0 victory over Williamsport. Congratulations, Lady Bears, our Class 1A state champions. Go ahead and put this prize in the trophy case.
When we come back, Randallstown football team looks to remain unbeaten against defending state 2A champion Fort Hill. It's the Dick's Sporting Goods big game of the week, and it's next on the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show. Welcome back. In making 12 state playoff appearances, Randallstown has won 2 state championships. Randallstown was looking for a chance at number 3 on Friday, but first the Rams had to get past defending 2A champion Fort Hill in a state semifinal matchup. Randallstown, Fort Hill is the Dick's Sporting Goods big game of the week. Before we go out to Brian Sinkoff at the game, let's look at this week's Classroom Stars. First from Randallstown, we salute James Jed, a senior wide receiver who's earned a 3.4 grade point average, and P.J. Green, a senior center from Fort Hill, who sports a 3.8 GPA. Now it's Randallstown and Fort Hill in Dick's Sporting Goods big game of the week.
Third-ranked Randallstown looking for their first appearance in the state final since 1990, but first they have to get by Fort Hill, the defending 2A state champs. Things started out well for the Rams. They marched down the field on their first possession of the game. Archie Trader with the perfect spiral for James Jagade. He's on the receiving end of that beauty. Good enough for a 40-yard touchdown. The Rams had themselves an early 7-0 lead, but the Sentinels came right back on their first possession. They finished it off with a 2-yard run here by T.J. Powell. It was 7-7 at the half. Fort Hill got the first lead of the game midway through the third. Nick Pennell on the play-action fake. He's got Jordan Hamilton cutting across the middle, and Jordan gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Fort Hill had the lead at 14-7, but Randallstown running back Marshall Contee wouldn't let his team fold that easily. He had the skills to pay the bills. This is the run of the game right here. Contee looks as though he's going to go down, but nope, guess again. He dragged 4 would-be tacklers right in the end zone, but the Rams would miss the extra point, so they trailed at 14-13 after 3 quarters. Randallstown used Contee's skills yet again to grab the lead back on 4th and goal. Contee goes around the end on the sweep play. The 2-point conversion was no good again, so the Rams were up 19-14 with 6 minutes left to go in the ball game. Fort Hill wouldn't go down that easily, however, and again it's T.J. Powell. He goes in for 1 yard on the dive play. The Sentinels get the 2-pointer, so they had the lead for good at 22-19. But Randallstown had one last drive left in them. They moved 62 yards in about a minute. The Rams had the ball inside the Fort Hill 20-yard line, but it's a bad exchange on the snap from center, and the Fort Hill defense recovers. They recover the fumble, they seal the victory, and Fort Hill defeats Randallstown 22-19 in an absolute nail-biter.
It certainly wasn't easy for Fort Hill, but the defending 2A state champs are in their 3rd straight state title. Meantime, Randallstown's magical season ends at 11-1.
Most of the games this year have been pretty tight like this, so we've been in this position and we know what to do, so we did it.
Coach, obviously this is a huge win. What does this win mean for you guys?
Well, it means we're going back to College Park. This was a great football game. We're very fortunate to beat Randallstown. They're a good team. Coach Strunk's done a great job. They got a good program going here. We're very fortunate to win this game.
Thanks, Brian. In over a decade as coach of the Chesapeake boys soccer team, Earl Eckhart had found a state championship game elusive. But his 13th year proved lucky, as Chesapeake on Friday played in a state title game for the first time in school history. The way Eckhart has inspired the Chesapeake soccer team has earned him the honor of Toyota Coach of the Week.
We're a blue-collar team, a hard-working, outwork the other team type of philosophy. We have some skill, and the skill has gotten better over the years, and that's a byproduct of the community and the club teams and the kids playing in high-level competition. But our work ethic is what carries us through.
And for 23 years, 13 coaching the guys, Earl Eckart's work ethic has paid off. And it's the development of the young, talented athletes both on and off the field that brings Earl satisfaction.
I've seen the young men develop from the time you get them as freshmen until they graduate as seniors, seeing them go on to college, whether they play or not, having them come back. You know, we've had several come back just during the playoffs to, you know, to wish us luck. That's the satisfaction. And this is the part of teaching that I really enjoy. You know, I consider this field my classroom. And you really have kids that are 100% motivated, so you don't have to worry about providing the motivation. All you got to worry about is keeping the control and keeping the kids focused.
Congratulations, Earl Eckhart. Now here's a look at some of the area's best student athletes. Each week, Toyota and the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show will recognize outstanding male and female athletes of the week. Today's winners are Jess Gaither, a midfielder on Severna Park's field hockey team. Jess scored 2 goals in helping the Falcons win the Class 4A state championship. And Scott Pierce, a quarterback on the Eastern Tech football team. Scott was a part of 4 touchdowns in last week's quarterfinal state playoff win. We congratulate Jess and Scott, the Toyota Athletes of the Week.
Usually before the game, we mentally picture the game, things we want to do in the game. And usually I just want to get to the ball, stop it when it comes to me, and have good drives up to make contact with like the wings and the front line, and just be aggressive.
Midfielder Jess Gaither's aggressive play helped the Falcons to their 11th title in 18 trips. She finished the season with 15 goals and 7 assists, and despite not feeling 100%, Jessica stayed focused on her own goals.
I was hurt and injured in my last game, but I kind of just played through. I just wanted it more than anything. You want to go out your senior year with the state title. I think that was mainly our ultimate goal.
Her attitude and her work ethics are just beyond reproach. She does just an excellent job. Good stick work, hard worker. She works every day to improve and to be the best that she can be. And I just am real thrilled to have had her all these years, and I hate the fact that she's a senior and she's leaving.
I'm definitely going to miss when I leave next year. We love it when all the seniors come back and visit us from previous years, just because our team is so close and it's so special that you feel like a part of the family. It's awesome.
And we wish Jess Gaither the best of luck in her pursuit of future goals and congratulate her as our Toyota Female Athlete of the Week.
I think I just had to adjust to the varsity level and get a couple games under my belt, and I knew I'd be fine eventually.
And junior quarterback Scott Pierce has done a fine job with Eastern Tech's explosive offense. In last week's semifinal win against defending state champs Wild Lake, Scott passed for 198 yards with touchdowns of 62 and 48 yards and scored 2 rushing TDs himself, leading the Mavericks to an 11-0 school record and a chance at the state title.
Scott really stepped it up in the huddle and got everybody's attention and said, no, be quiet, listen to me. We've worked too hard to come this far, to fall short now. And the guys rallied around him.
I just mainly set the goal to have a pretty good season. You know, I was just trying to not to let my teammates down. That was my main goal, really.
And for his outstanding play in last week's semifinal victory, we congratulate Scott Pierce.
Now here's this week's highlights, including the Best Buy Play of the Week and the Best Buy Best Cheer.
Our highlight reel this week should get you pumped up with some CM Wright Eastern Tech action. Here, Mustangs quarterback Grant Burrow lays over Colombo to make a stunning one-handed grab. Now, for a little show of defense, Mustang Michael Rye does some roping of tailback Steve Lawson with this hard drive into the turf. But Eastern Tech's defense will get even as defensive back Jerome is in the right spot to pick off this Burrow's pass and scamper 40 yards into the end zone. Now for a little pitch action at the Chesapeake Churchill game as the Cougars' Brian Giles tries to get past Bulldog keeper Corey Wright, but Sean McKeever is there to stop the attack. But opportunity continued to knock as Mike Jungerheld puts a move on this defender and crosses over to Dustin Abbey, who puts one just left of the net. Our Best Buy Outstanding Play of the Week comes from the Fort Hill Randallstown Showdown as Sentinel quarterback Nick Pennell fires to Kevin Shoup, and this remarkable grab for a critical first down to keep the Fort Hills winning touchdown drive alive. This one, folks, deserves a look in slow-mo. Juggle, juggle, got it. And there you have it, our Best Buy Outstanding Play of the Week.
Today's Best Buy Best Cheer comes courtesy of Allegheny County and the Sentinels of Fort Hill. Ladies,
let's cheer the Sentinels. Cheer, big red is here to play. We're back for more in 98 cent rims. Clear the way. As they touch, is the best of best. You will see. Green, red, and white, and green, light will score a victory.
come back, we'll meet this week's Papa John's featured student athlete. Welcome back. He's one of the most effective running backs in the area, scoring 15 touchdowns and rushing for over 1,000 yards at Randallstown High School. He's not that bad of a defender either, doubling up as a defensive back. Let's meet this young man, Marshall Contee. He's the Papa John's featured student athlete.
I try to be as responsible as I can. I mean, I think I got a big responsibility by being the team captain, by keeping our team together, and I got a lot of responsibilities in the school because I have high expectations by the teachers and principals and also my family.
And Marshall Contee has exceeded many of the expectations set forth by himself and others. On the field, he's rushed for over 1,400 yards and 17 TDs. And in the classroom, he carries a 3.3 GPA. Attitude, he feels, plays a major role.
I have a good attitude on the field and in school. Can't mess up out of school or in school. Gotta keep you cool on the field. Make sure our team keep our composure.
The Randallstown football program is certainly glad to have Marshall Contee back in uniform. He leads the Rams in both rushing and touchdowns, and he feels his year spent at a prep school in Virginia has better prepared him for his senior year.
My father wanted to prepare me better for college, so he sent me out to Virginia. I thought I was doing a little shaking. That's kind of why my father sent me to prep school, keep me away from bad atmosphere. They told me how to live by myself because I was in the dorm. So it prepared me to live by myself, and it gave me good work habits for studying.
And Marshall's good habits in the classroom have certainly carried over to the football field. It's here where Marshall feels at home, and it's here where he feels his accomplishments can earn him a scholarship next year.
My goal is to get a full scholarship or some kind of scholarship to college. Hopefully be able to play. If not, just get my degree in whatever I major in. I think it's real important to stay focused and maintain your goals, and if you accomplish them, you just feel good about it.
And Marshall feels good that his classmates, teammates, and coaches respect him as a leader and someone to look up to.
Marshall Contee is the leader that we needed and we did not have last year. He knows how to play big in the big game. He leads by example, and he's just a tough football player.
I feel pretty good about myself, knowing that I'm a role model. That's one of my goals that I had when I was a little kid. I think it's an honor that people look up to me.
Thanks, Brian. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching the Baltimore Sun High School Sports Show. We'll be back this week with highlights from the Fall Championships. I'm Jerry Bembry, sports writer with the Sun, wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. The Toyota Prep Athlete Awards are courtesy of Larry Beck.